Hey everyone, this week we're going to work on a drawing and then next week we're going to add color to it. So we are going to make an animal wearing a sweater because it is starting to get cold outside. So this year we've been talking a lot about texture, and texture is the way that something feels. So all of the animals that I have listed on here are different kinds of animals that are furry. So I'm going to pull up the directions on my phone so that you can see what I'm looking at. So the furry winter friends. So the animals on here that you can pick from are all furry animals: a bear, fox, raccoon, skunk, bunny, deer, mouse, squirrel. You can also think of some other kinds of animals too. So on step 1, it says draw an outline of your animal's head. Make sure to draw it big enough to fill the top half of your paper. So if you can imagine your paper is cut in half, you want to make it this big to fill up all this area. So I'm going to start working on step 2. So in Canvas, I have some different things that you can follow, or there's some links to some different drawing videos, which you guys are pretty familiar with. So I'm going to click on one of those. I'm going to click on the skunk. I'm going to do a stinky skunk. So it has the video here on how to draw, but I'm not going to watch the video. I'm actually going to fast forward to the end where they show you what it looks like at the end. All right, so I'm just going to look at this and try and draw it on my own. So I'm remembering that I'm going to put a little mark here halfway, just so I know that it's going to be up here. So I'm going to look at the shape of the head is almost kind of like a football shape, but a little bit taller. So I'm going to start with like a rainbow line or a curved line. And you can see that that line wasn't perfect. It's kind of sketchy. It's called sketching when you have to make your line maybe a couple of times to make sure it's good. So then I'm going to do the bottom half. It almost looks like a lemon shape. So I can also see that here on the side of the head there's some fur. So I'll make some fur here on the side of the face. And since I'm sketching, that means I'm drawing pretty lightly with my pencil. So if I need to erase, I can erase. If you push down really hard and make a really dark line, it's going to be hard to erase, or if when you try and erase it, it might get a little bit messy. So you always want to make sure that you're drawing light until it's exactly how you want it, and then you can go over it and make it darker. All right, so next I think I need to add some ears. They're pointy at the top. And remember, you can do whichever kind of animal you want to do. So you don't need to copy this one that I'm doing. I want you to pick your own animal and draw it on your own. There's some fur inside the ears. And there's this white spot and a nose. And some eyes. So some things that I want you to think about when you're drawing is I didn't really erase anything. Some of these lines here for the eye were mess ups, but I didn't erase them. I'm just going to leave them there. All right, so the next step is I need to add a neck. And I actually like to add some fur on the neck, so it looks like the fur is kind of coming out of the sweater. So I'll add my sweater. So the next steps are going to be to add whatever kind of decoration you want to your sweater. And then we need to add the fur, which is the important part. So I'm actually done with this. I can make this go away. I want to add the fur to my animal, and I want to make lots of lines. And you can see I'm having them go with this curve of the head. I'm not just doing them straight across. I'm kind of making them fit curve with the animal. In art, that's called a contour, when you are making it curve with another shape. So I'm adding lots of lines for the fur. And it might seem like this will take forever, but you can do it pretty quickly. And remember, this week we're only doing the drawing part and focusing on our drawing. And then next week, we can focus on adding color. And we're really going to talk about how to really color nice and neat, and to make it will even help make your drawing look even better. I'm going to add some fur here in this part. On your sweater, you can make any kind of pattern you want. You'll see on the one that I made on canvas, it has some stripes and some different designs. It has some snowflakes on it because it's winter time. I've seen some people make their sweaters Christmas sweaters, which might be a good idea, but not everybody celebrates the same holidays, and we want to make sure that everybody feels welcome. So I'm just gonna make mine a polka dotted sweater. Now, if you get done early and you think, I want to add more detail. So if you're somebody that wants to add more detail, let's think about what are some other things that you could add for cold weather. This skunk is super cold. You could add a hat. You could add earmuffs. You could add a scarf. All right, so there are a lot of different options of things that you could add. So on the back of my page, I drew some little examples to show you what some other accessories might look like. So maybe you want to draw a hat. If it's extra cold outside, you can add a hat. You could add a scarf. So on this raccoon, I'm going to add a scarf. You could try and add some earmuffs, but most of these animals have pretty big ears, so earmuffs might be a little bit hard, but you could always add a hat or a scarf. So we want to make sure that you have all of your hair, all of the texture. You want to make sure you have some kind of design or pattern on your shirt. And we don't need to color in anything. We don't want to color with our pencil today. We're just going to wait until next week, and we're going to really focus on coloring. Have fun, and I can't wait to see what you create.